Hey everybody, what's up? This is Poleshift Alert. I wanted to do a 10-minute video and talk about basically the planet that we live on and the reason why we fail reset after reset. It's because we're not being a collective. We're not being a group. We're not being humanity. We're being individuals. And individuals get as far as an individual can go with no help from anyone. Because in the world we live today, you either get help from people for doing nothing, or you work your butt off and get no help from anyone. It's a very strange dichotomy. We have people right now fighting for more free stuff paid for by hardworking guys who aren't eligible for any of the free stuff. So it's very confusing to hardworking people why we should pay for people to sit on their couch and feed them and do this and that and the other thing when they're really not contributing to society. Now, this is the line of thinking of the elites. In fact, their very thought process is leave the thinking to us. This right there is the naivety of man and what I'm talking about, us not acting as a collective. Because of the Illuminati, the Masons, these groups, their pact that they have, they are a group, a collective. But that group, and collective, we don't belong to. We are considered outsiders. We are considered nothing, not worth talking to. So the reason why mankind fails each time is because the wisdom of men is not being accessed by the men who control money. Because they have money, they believe that that wisdom must exist inside them because of the collection of funds that they most likely don't deserve, nor had the intelligence to get, but were lucky. But that luck then transfers into intelligence. Because I'm rich, I must be intelligent. That's the dichotomy. That is a false dichotomy. And because of the fact that you're not accessing the minds of all human beings is the failure of man. I keep showing this image of our Capitol building in 2050 burnt to the ground. We are watching people in Minnesota right now trying to burn everything to the ground. American citizens, madder than a snake at anything and everything. Now, if we really go all the way down to the bottom of the mulberry bush, it really starts with the fact that we're fed up with literally everything. Because we realize that these guys are pretty much just starting trouble left and right with us. The left solves a problem and then the right re-brings it up. The left solves this and then they bring it up. They bring it up, then they just pit us against each other. They've been doing this forever. I've got videos and catalogs and stuff from the 50s showing how if you're having a tough time getting by, you should vote Republican or vote. They've been pitting us against each other since the dawn of time. You're in this group, you're in this group. That's not going to ever get us anywhere, and that's the reason why we fail every time, because a group of people have all the money, and each time the reset comes, they grab all the money and they go hide in some hole, and then after the event, they all come back out and start it back up again. So the same people are always in control, and when it comes time for everything to fall, they want it to fall for you, not for them. They don't care about you. They don't care what you think, even though you could hold the solution to all of their problems in your very brain. It doesn't matter how smart you are. You could have humanity-saving information. They don't care because you're not them and they're not you. And that right there is their downfall. And let's just say to the cosmos, to the galaxy, and to all entities inside of those places, that we as human beings are embarrassed of the men leading us. We're embarrassed of the leadership power structure you've put in place. We know why you've done it. You've done it to divide. You've done it to conquer. You've done it to create this. And we're hook, line, and sinker falling right into your psyop. It's disgusting on so many levels that human beings are so twisted that they'll fall for any psyop, that they can't just understand that this is a group of paid people that want to destroy the United States. Why would you help them do that? Why would any person help someone that doesn't care about them at all? Why would you help them? You're helping people that don't care about you. Yeah, they're putting money in your pocket. They're going to take it right back. You're not keeping any of that money that they're giving you to protest. All that money that they're handing you to cause all this trouble and destroy America is going to end up costing you your freedom, your life. You're going to be in jail for years, all because you took some money to do something stupid. Go home. The system is built to control people. So you don't want to know anything that I've got to say. You don't want to hear any of my mankind saving ideas? No, you don't, because you're not interested in saving mankind. You're interested in exactly the opposite. So how would one ever meet a man at the table that the other man doesn't even want him at the table at all? Not only do you not want us at the table when we're alive, you don't want us at the table at all. So nothing any person has to say that is not in your little club is of consequence. There's nothing any human being could know that you groups don't already have the answer for and the team in place to handle. What if the team that you've got in place needs one guy, and that one guy's out there in the world somewhere and doesn't fall under your umbrella, but won't join your club? Well, then what do? You just let humanity go the way of the dodo bird because you're too high class to take the opinion of somebody that doesn't have a Ferrari? Wow, how short-sighted. No wonder mankind fails every time, because the men that lead us aren't men. They're boys with toys that never heard the fucking word no in their life, and now somehow think they're brilliant because of it. No, you're just a joke with some cash, bro. Straight up. So you don't mind men just standing in line from foreign countries getting 3,400, 3,400, 3,400, 3,400? Where's my 3,400? Where's her 34? Where's their? So this guy gets 3,400, but he's got a job. That guy gets 3,400, but he's got a job. He's got a hotel and gets a $30 meal in the morning, a $30 meal at noon, and a $30 meal at night. Not one time in my life has anyone ever given me a free meal in America. Not once. But he gets it, and he gets it, and he gets it. And you guys are willing to fight for them to have a bunch of stuff that you don't get? Why would you do that? That sounds short-sighted at best. It seems to me like you're doing the bidding of some rich people. And I don't think that you would do that unless somebody was handing you some money to ruin up the U.S. So this is a planned ruination of our country. And anyone that said that this is not a plan to use these men in the future against us is a short-sighted thinker as well. They have some nefarious plans for you and me. They don't want to know what you think. They're passing laws in the middle of the night saying they can kill Americans for any reason at all. Do you remember discussing that? They have to, if they want a new prison, they have to discuss it with the residents and this and that and the other thing. But they're putting all of these laws in place, like Noahide laws and laws saying that they can do this and that to citizens. We don't even know these laws are being passed. They're being passed in the middle of the night. But they don't want you thinking. They want you protesting.